to show you more of a national radar picture at this time, just the scope of this, and then where we're eventually going to go. But we've got over 2,000 miles from west to northeast of winter storm warnings. I will tell you this initial burst of snowfall is going to encounter very dry air in place over central Indiana. That will delay the onset as we were expecting to more of a late afternoon, evening, where we'll start to get some snow. We've got ice storm warnings going. This is just a, massive is definitely applies to this storm. Covers a lot of ground here. And as we show you the heavy snow swath, central and southern Indiana in the crosshairs, but the entire state going to get snowfall out of this. And all of it will be impactful to roadways. I want to just kind of show you how this looks, just to confirm. Then again, this is by 6 o'clock. We'll probably have snow flying around the metro at that time, and there certainly will already be some accumulation over the southwestern part of the state. It's going to take a long time to get farther north, by the way. And then by about midnight, it's possible we could have an inch or two of snow on the ground around the metro area. I would not expect a whole lot. With that said, if you are going to be out this evening, because of how cold the surface is, even a little bit of snow is going to coat the ground, and it's just going to add to your travel time. This is by 9 a.m. tomorrow morning, okay? Start to see the north to south on this, and then this is by tomorrow afternoon. So we continue to highlight the central and southern part of the state for the highest snowfall totals and the greatest road impacts. But keep in mind, even farther to the north, Lafayette and Marion, your roads are going to be snow covered tomorrow. Very dangerous driving conditions. Where we get into these shades of red, major impacts where at times the roads will become impassable. So if you have things to get done, we suggest today's a better option. Tomorrow's going to be rough. Again, this is just what the radar looks like right now. These are our snow predictions. We haven't altered it much. Rob Ellis will be looking over data sets and see if we need to tweak anything. Right now, we don't feel that way. Impactful snow, okay? We've got this broad area of 8 to 12. I wouldn't focus on a lower high number. Feel pretty confident from Bloomington near Shelbyville, close to Richmond. Pretty solid double-digit totals, and there could be some extremely high values with some banding that may set up just north of the sleet zone that may approach north central Kentucky. Either way, a very significant snow event. How rare are 10-inch snow days? We're talking days in Indianapolis. We've only had 7 since 1871, the last of which was March of 2018. That's also the last 8-inch snow day we've had in the city, if you remember that. You certainly probably remember the January 2014 storm that was followed up by 40 below wind chills, and you also see January 26 of 1978. So to be determined whether or not we hit double-digit totals here in the city. That is a possibility. Just gives you an idea of, if you remember some of those events. This is not the blizzard of 78, but if you remember March 2018, how rough the roads were with that. And we don't warm up behind it like we did that year. So here's Future Track 13. You see the snow expanding from southwest to northeast. Notice the temperatures in the middle to lower teens. So as this snow falls, even if it's light, it'll make for slower drive times. And then as we go into tomorrow morning, middle part of the day, early afternoon, that is when we're going to start to really see the snow rates ramp up. It is possible we could get some 1 to 2 inch per hour snow rates. This is what kind of the modeled radar will look like. I think the one idea we need you to understand too, this is a long duration snowfall. And then by 6, 7 p.m., the heaviest rates are over. We're still going to have some snow. We're going to have some blowing and drifting as that north wind cuts across the east-west roadways. And it continues into Monday morning in terms of the blowing and drifting, and then the bitter cold as well. Wind chills Monday morning, possibly down to 25 below, sub-zero temperatures. So the problem is the cleanup after this is going to be very slow. So let's go down some of the bullet points once again. Many snow-free hours today. This is not much of a Saturday storm, though this evening, as we addressed, you're going to get into some slower travel times here. A lot of the accumulation, the worst travel conditions, the moderate to heavy snowfall will be on Sunday, a significant snow accumulation. And as we go into Monday, plan on many school delays and closures. And depending on your location, there may be a lot of schools that will have closures next week. All right, there's your forecast for tomorrow. And as I mentioned, as we move forward, this stuff's not going to melt away. In fact, as we look at the 7-day forecast and go into next week, we're going to be hard-pressed to hit 20 degrees for a top temperature. We're going to have multiple mornings now that we got the deep snow on the ground. Anytime the wind goes light without cloud cover, sub-zero easily for overnight morning temperatures here. And then as we go into late week, we got some clipper snow potential, and that's going to bring in some more bitterness as well. So this is should be a doozy for us here. We will have team coverage. I mentioned Rob coming in later, and then we will have team coverage here on WTHR Plus, as well as Channel 13. Stay weather aware, and we will keep you updated as the winter storm approaches us.